Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to
Oh,
see you again, CW.
good to see you too, G.
Hello,
Is
everyone.
it?
I hear an echo.
Well, no, it's not me either.
No, it's not me either.
That was a mistake.
Oh,
It was me on my other side, of course.
There we go.
Right on. Hair everywhere. Yes, this would be a good day. I've been feeling much better, thank goodness.
good,
Even though I'm still in pain for my back, but that's a different
good.
story than being anxiety being high. That shit sucks.
It
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yeah, I've had a couple of people tell me over the last week, I was in your chat, but I had to leave. Your anxiety was too high, making me have an anxiety attack. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oops.
Sorry.
Yeah, right. But it happens because when you start feeling other people and you're an empath, you feel it.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Dragon, Sarah. Hey, Tana.
Hello,
Tanya.
everyone.
March up one stoner.
Well, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Ours is my goal right now. Besides doing this, and I want to start doing more like Canadian Wish does, and do more during the day, and like having the girls up doing the diamond
Oh,
dots and or
yep.
the crafts because Laura does crafts of different sorts. So we're all doing all kinds of stuff and chatting about the day.
Yeah.
But even that hour, that's another hour that adds to our hours that need to be done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He says he loves Tom and Jerry. I do too. Like it is. It's funny because Tom's on one side and Jerry's over the other side, and he's clear like all the way on my back.
Uh,
My first killer is Edmund Kipper. He is also known as the co-ed killer. He was born in December 18th, 1948. He's 73 and he's still in prison.
wow.
Yeah, he's one of the few that they were going to um I sentenced to death, and I can't remember if he was going to. It was one of the either executed or whatever, but they're doing away with that because of
Mm-hmm.
all the taking a life for a life. So they're making them spend the rest of their life in prison on death row.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I thought of that too, and I'm like, well, isn't it cheaper? But then you're right. It like my husband made a point that it really is the values of life and taking another life because of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I couldn't only imagine being those executors that have to be right there in
Right.
charge of those deaths. I couldn't like that, that
Mm-mm.
that that takes a whole nother level, and I've actually done a little bit of research from people. I've heard their stories about being that role, and they don't like it
Mm-hmm.
because you kind of think that's on your conscience, uh,
Yeah.
being yeah,
Yep.
especially if things go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know, within the, like, I would say, last 20 years there has been at least 3 cases I know of. The lethal injection did not kill that
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's been a big issue.
Much love, Anita. You'll be opening tonight. Appreciate
Hi,
it, Lori.
Anita.
Appreciate you, Lori. Appreciate that.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
I'm
Boomy.
about to say, where's he? I was waiting for him though, Mr. B.
Let's get into
We had to
this.
give you guys a sneak peek before you do start reading about tonight's live. We most likely possibly doing a location maybe this week. We go to a place
Oh.
that we were at before though, just to get that little paranormal content out there finally and stuff. So that's only you guys know in chat and Rain and
Sweet.
Yeah,
CW.
right on.
Well, go ahead, Rain. Floor is all
No,
yours.
I was actually too. If you actually know where we might be planning on going, you need to send the information to Boomy because he might end up just taking the day off and us driving down to you.
I would like that. Yeah, you guys are only about an hour and a half and stuff. I'll keep you guys updated definitely for that. I mean, I'm gonna have to let him know soon so he can take off work. I got you, Boomy. When is he off? Weekends?
Oh, it depends on the thing in the weekends, but he can get off. He still has vacation time, so
Yeah, and he is working a lot of overtime. I know that from what he said. Gotcha.
yes. But yes, we'll go back to Edmund. He is, of course, was in his mom and dad had a stormy marriage. They separated when he was 9. They divorced 4 years later. And of course, his mom, Helena, she was a domineering mother, and his sisters belittled him. Yeah, it's kind of like he really literally that it just wasn't right wherever he grew up, and
Right.
they banished him to the basement.
Oh.
So on top of not just belittling him and whatnot, they banished him to the basement. It just they said that it's not like his parents didn't try to engage more, but apparently they didn't know how to handle him. Let's put it that way. He was difficult. He was unduly afraid of being physically hurt by other boys. Unable to sustain friendships with his peers. He was unable to put the pain of his parents' divorce behind him. And see, a lot of people don't realize how bad that really affects kids with their
It
parents
really
being
does.
together all their life. And then, yeah, it does. It makes a difference.
It really does, because my parents, split when I was 7, and yeah, I can tell you firsthand. Yeah, it affects you.
I guess I'm opposite because I was 6.
Mm.
But I was the type of I was glad my parents got divorced because they did nothing but argue and bitch and back and forth all the time. So them saying that they were getting divorced was like, thank God. I don't got to be in the household with them bickering and fighting with each other. I also know my parents only got married because of my dad's parents, because that was their whatever. But they didn't get married till after I was a year old. So what was the point anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really messes up people in that mentally, because what they see is so of course he started torturing and killing animals. He entertained fantasies which combined sex and violence from a very early age. He had to learn that from somewhere, guarantee it. His mother found him I don't know what that word means, Doran, unmanageable. He was sent to Los Angeles at his own request to live with his father and stepmother. Their reaction of him was the same as his mother and stepfathers. So they end up literally sending him to Ed's parents, Ed Senior's parents' house, Maud and Ed, and sent him to the grandparents' house on the 17-acre in California. So literally, when they went to go visit them in Christmas holidays of '63, he was literally left there without being told, "We're just leaving you here, and this is where you're gonna stay." Without no, yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, Belinda. Hey, Mick.
Hello, everyone.
He was not pleased to be left at the farm with his grandparents when the holidays ended, but he began school anyway, seemed to make at least some progress. His teachers at Sierra Joint Union High School in nearby Toll House, California, found him quiet, rather meek. In fact, he caused no trouble, made average grades, and drew no undue attention to himself, apart from his size. And I'm telling you his size, the dude was 6'9" and 300
Yeah,
and some pounds.
yeah, yeah.
Like that was one thing about Ed that stood out because he was 6'9".
Yep.
Um, he said the parents, it was living at his grandparents was tense. Um, his grandfather had given him a 22 rifle so that he can shoot the rabbits and gophers in the yard so that he'd get rid of the, vermits in the yard. They were destroying it, of course. He wasn't supposed to shoot birds, but he was always shooting birds. Yeah, so I guess this was his outlet for a while. Um, at the end of the school year, he returned to his mother and sisters in Helena Mountains. Within 2 weeks, he was back at the farm. So they literally wasn't going to put up with his shit and send him back.
Hmm.
Excuse me. Yeah, so it just kept more and more. He found that his grandmother was a nag, and his violent fantasies returned to time staring Maud. He imagined her in the outhouse as he shot it full of holes. He lined her up unaware of the sights of his rifle and thought about what it would be like to kill her. As the tension at the farm mounted and his grandmother grew more nervous, she took Kemper Sr.'s 45 caliber pistol with her on at least one outing, for fear it would fall into Ed's hands. She had warned him not to touch it, but obviously did not touch him as he was told, do as he was told. Um, and then on August 27th, 1964, which literally was a year after he was there, Ed sat with his 66-year-old grandmother, Maud, at the kitchen table, going over proofs from her childhood book she was writing. Looking up, she noticed Ed had an odd stare, frightening look she had seen many times before. It unnerved her. She took hold to him to stop it. After a moment, Ed picked up his gun and whistled for his dog, saying he was headed out to shoot some gophers. Maud warned him not to shoot the birds. She returned her attention to her work. Ed turned around upon exiting the house and watched her through the screen door. Her back was to him as he raised his rifle and aimed it at her head. He fired once. Maud slumped on the table. He then fired two more times, hitting her in the back. And then after he did that, he walked back into the house and also stabbed her repeatedly with a kitchen knife.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that you can tell that when it's personal, it's personal.
Yeah.
He wrapped her head in a towel and then dragged the body into the bedroom. Within a few minutes, Kepler Sr. returned home from buying groceries. As he began to unload the truck, Ed shot him in the back of the head. He was a big kid for his age. Like that's what I said. His mom, his biological mother was 6 foot tall,
Mm.
and his father was 6'8".
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so him being 6'9" doesn't it fits.
Mm-hmm.
And with him being so tall and whatnot, it was easy for him to drag his grandmother's body
Oh,
to
yeah.
the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
And of course, he became dismayed, not only because of what he'd done, but because he knew he'd be caught. His grandparents weren't the sorts to take off on a sudden extended vacation. So even if he had hired hid their bodies, their family and friends would miss them immediately. Confused and fretful, he called his mother in Montana, who advised him to call the sheriff. He was taken in for questioning. Soon he confessed to both murders, saying he'd often thought of killing his grandmother, that he'd kill his grandfather as an act of mercy to protect him from seeing his dead wife,
Hmm.
possibly from having a heart attack. I don't know if I believe that or not, but I think his
Yeah.
intentions, I think he really was. I think her nagging is just what caused
Yeah.
it, just added tension to him. So that's why she ended up being the first one.
Oh yeah.
That's just maybe not family, because sometimes it's not family that always
Mhm.
does, but she was nagging at him, and of course that probably just annoyed him. And yep, well, there we go.
Yeah. He kept it in. He kept it in. He kept it in. All of a sudden, boom.
Yep, exactly. And then she just that it was the last thing, and it was the last straw, and his
Mhm.
brain had had enough. And if he was already having the fantasies of killing her, it was just a matter of time doing it anyway.
Mhm.
He ended up incarcerated in juvenile hall while California Youth Authority, um, while the authorities decided what to do with him. A court-appointed psychiatrist diagnosed Ed as paranoid and psychotic.
Hmm.
Um, well, that was a duh.
Mhm.
Um, so he was committed to the Atarcadero State Hospital. He entered the facility on December 6, 1964. He was not even 16 years old yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he was young when he committed this murder.
Wow.
Um, yeah, he even said as a child he just he'd grown frustrated and later described himself as a walking time bomb. If
Mhm.
only someone knew then how to diffuse his rage. Instead, the people around him seemed to ensure that he would grow worse, which that's what it seems like. Because sometimes, like even in those days, they just here I'm just going to pawn you off because they really had no idea what to do with them. He worked a series of odd jobs before securing work with the state of California's Department of Public Works Division of Highways in District 4, also now known as Department of Transportation of Caltrans. By the time by this time his height had reached 6'9" and he weighed more than 300 pounds. And Mary Ann and Anita were students at Fresno State College. They were hitchhiking to Stanford University after a couple of days in Berkeley. They never reached their destination. The families of both filed missing persons report, though it was hard to get police to pursue such a case with gusto, with what so many runaways and transits around the Bay Area. See, and that was another issue. This is not the first time I've come across the police didn't want to do nothing because there was so many runaways. Girls disappearing all the time, only to turn up sooner or later with this or that friend or boyfriend. Even if the police had sprung into immediate action, it wouldn't have done any good. Ed had dispatched Mary and Anita soon after picking them up. After driving them around for a bit, he took his gun out from under his seat and pulled off into a desert area. He put Anita in the trunk of his car and turned his attention toward Marianne. He handcuffed her, laid her across the back seat face down, put a plastic bag over her head, then attempted to strangle her with a length of terry cloth. But she bit a hole in the bag and the cloth snapped. Frustrated, Ed pulled out his knife and stabbed her repeatedly. Eventually, he slashed her throat. He removed Anita from the trunk with a large knife. He began to stab her. She fought and screamed, but he eventually wore her down. He drove around with the bodies in the car for a while, deciding what to do with them. Eventually, he brought Mary Ann's body into his apartment where he undressed and dissected her. He also beheaded Anita's body. Mary Ann's body was buried in the plastic bag he'd used to try to suffocate her. He would later lead police to this site. He kept both heads for a while, eventually disposing of them in a ravine. Mary Ann's was found and identified in August. Neither Anita's head nor her body was ever found. You know, there's a spirit running around. No one suspected polite, clean cut. Uh oh, she went off. Ed of anything untoward, so he continued to prowl. On the evening of September 14th, 1972,
All right.
it's all right. He picked up Aiko Ko, a 15-year-old dancer of Korean descent, who was on her way to a dance class. She had she had been tired of waiting for the bus and decided to hitchhike. Aiko caught onto his plan and quickly panicked. He convinced her that he was planning to use the gun to kill himself, that if she didn't try to signal police or pedestrians, she would not be harmed. He drove into the mountains and turned off the main road, parking out of sight. He taped her mouth and suffocated her by putting his thumb and index finger in her nostrils. She fought.
Oh
But
my god.
yeah, no kidding. I was just thinking, oh, that's like
Ow.
how bad. Ugh. Just the thought of somebody sticking those fingers in your nose and you're not breathing. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. She lost consciousness only to wake again moments later. He began to suffocate her again, this time continued until she stopped breathing completely.
Wow.
He removed her from the car, laid her on the ground, raping her. With her own scarf, he strangled her. When he was absolutely sure she was dead, he put her body in the trunk and drove away from the scene. He
Hmm.
stopped soon at a local bar and had a couple of beers. After that, he went to his mother's house. From time to time, he would open the trunk and gaze at his conquest. Later that night, he brought Aiko's body into his apartment and placed it on his bed.
Yep.
Ew. He then dissected her just as he had Mary Ann and Anita. He
Hmm.
disposed of her head and hands in different locations, then the rest of her body. Very little of her ever turned up. Her disappearance was not thought to be related to Mary Ann and Anita's. 4 months passed. Another victim of other killers were found in the Bay Area, and public concern was aroused. But Ed was under no suspicion for any of the killings.
Hmm.
On January 8th, 1973, he bought a 22 caliber automatic pistol, even though he was forbidden to own a firearm because of his
Wow.
prior crime. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. Like you said, even if a criminal, they're going to find ways to get a hold of guns no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
He had no trouble with the purchase in spite of his record, and that says it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But he feared that eventually the police might catch on to the fact that he was illegal possession of a handgun. He
Mm-hmm.
stepped up his cruising and killing activities beginning that very day. He picked up Cindy, drove her into the hills near Watsonville, where he forced her into the trunk, shot her with his new gun. The bullet lodged in her skull. Ed had recently moved back in with his mother, so he brought the body to the duplex and apartments into his new room there. And when,
Oh my god.
yeah, right. When his mom left for work the next morning, he had sex with Cindy's corpse. So it's been over like
Ew.
24 hours and he turned around and had sex with the dead corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right? Ew. It makes you think, like, really, like, what in the hell goes through their minds?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he cut her into pieces in the bathtub, taking great care afterwards to wash away all traces of what he'd done. He'd removed the bullet from her skull and buried the head in his mother's backyard. Later, he threw the body parts, which he put in plastic bags, off a cliff. This time, however, the body was discovered within 24 hours. Ed took notice, but still wasn't really worried. He'd been extraordinarily careful. Within a month, he was already ready to kill again.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know, right? February 5th, 1973. Ed and his mother had a momentarily row. He stormed out of the apartment, keyed up and ready to strike. He picked up Rosalina first and engaged her in conversation. In a short while, he stopped for another hitchhiker, Alice. She had no. Oh yeah, she didn't have no issues getting into the car. What was what with what with Rosen already there? Yeah, so he already had he already had a girl in the car, so it was okay for another girl to get in the car. So that it made it okay for her to get in the car, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And the UC Santa Cruz parking sticker, um, actually, what another thing because he was acting like he was a student. They rode for a while. This time, Ed didn't even stop the car to do his killing. He drew Rosalind's attention to a lovely view off to the passenger side. As she looked, he slowed down, drew his 22, shot her in the head. Quickly, he pointed the gun at Alice in the back seat and fired several times. Unlike Rosalind, she didn't die immediately. He shot her again point blank once and he got out of town and finished her off. Pulling into a cul-de-sac, he quickly transferred the bodies to the trunk. He stopped for gas, then went to his mother's duplex, which he quickly left again, claiming to need cigarettes. Once again, once outside the apartment, he pulled the car to the street, opened the trunk, and beheaded the bodies. The next morning, he brought Alice's body inside and had sex with it in his room. Again, yeah, so that's the theme with it. Like he had
Yeah.
waiting till they were dead and having sex with their corpses, not while they were warm, while they were cold. That's just
Yeah.
that's a different kind of
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He also brought in the other girl's head so he could remove the bullet that had been lodged in it. So as again, not stupid because he was removing the bullets from whatever he was shooting. He was removing the bullet.
Yeah.
Yep, he drove away from Santa Cruz to dispose most of the body parts, then on to Pacific to get rid of the heads and hands. His mother never seemed to show any suspicion that Ed was up to such depravity. She probably didn't suspect that she'd become his victim. But on Easter weekend, roughly a month after the killings of Rosalind and Alice, he decided the time had come to be rid of her. And I'm for real telling y'all, this really is the warning. With what he did with his mom is definitely warning.
Yeah.
I'm about to get into some kind of like, if you don't like gruesome stuff, don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how bad, that's how what he felt with his mom.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He waited all night in his room while his mom slept peacefully, carefully considering what he was about to do. At 5:15 a.m., he got a hammer from the kitchen and went to her room. He struck her once, very hard, then slashed her throat. Within a minute, he had killed and beheaded her, removing her larynx in the process.
Holy
He
crap.
tried to, yeah, this is enough. He tried to put it down the garbage disposal,
Damn.
but the machine spat it back out.
Mm.
which Ed found darkly appropriate and not at all surprising. Surprising. Yeah, I think he was because of his mouth running, his mom being the way she was verbally when he was
Yeah.
growing up. That's why he put it down, try to put it down in the disposable. He hid her body in a closet and cleaned up a bit, then left the house. That afternoon, he pondered what to do and decided that if someone else were found dead with his mother, then suspicion might point away from him. Returning to the duplex, he called Sarah, a friend of his mom's, to invite her to dinner. He wasn't able to reach her immediately. He fretted about the plan until Sarah called for his mom around 5 p.m. He made the invitation saying the dinner was a surprise for his mother. When Sarah arrived, he strangled her first manually and then with a scarf he had obtained from Aiko. And then he removed Sarah's clothes and put her on the bed. And sometime that night attempted to have sex with her corpse.
Hmm.
At least he didn't with his mom.
Yeah.
Hey, Colleen. On Easter Sunday morning, he left town, driving east in Sarah's car. Fearing discovery, he rented another car and dropped off Sarah's car at a gas station, telling the attendant it needed repair. He drove for 18 hours, stopping only for gas and sodas. He was stopped in Colorado for speeding, but his seemingly quiet appearance veiled his crimes. He paid his fine and moved on. Finally exhausted, he stopped in Pueblo, Colorado. He placed a call to Santa Cruz Police Department, where he'd already knew several of the police officers. Well, obviously, because he's been in trouble all of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And began his marathon confession. The initial contact required several calls. First, he disoriented and wasn't quite sure how to lead the police to the Pueblo phone booth from which he was placing his calls. When he was taken into custody, a party of the investigators, from Santa Cruz headed for Pueblo, where they would question Ed about the crimes for which he claimed responsible. As their tape recorded rolled, Ed talked, giving incredibly explicit and detailed confession to all 8 murders.
Wow.
In April 1973, Ed battered his mother. Okay, that was. I don't know why that came up again. Okay, never mind. Oh, that was another part of that. That it came to detail of that. He even with his mom's. He used his mother's head for a dartboard.
Wow.
Yeah, like it just like he just did not for way she treated him and whatnot. So that was his way of, I guess, revenge, getting her back to her. I mean, but still, yeah, but yeah, he was unashamed to confess. Yeah, he was the necrophilia, which is meaning dead corpse.
Yep.
That was him, and cannibalism. So apparently, in some point, he ate parts of the body. Apparently, too.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, right? He asked for the death penalty, but with capital punishment suspended at the time, he instead received life imprisonment. So he ended up getting for his grandparents, his mom, and so all of them. So he actually spent, and like I said, he's still in prison. Ed, the co-ed killer, is still in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he is 73 years old.
Wow.
So this December he will be 74.
Wow.
So
That's unreal.
yeah, right. It's this. Hey, J Mac.
Hey, J Mac.
It's how see, some of them want the death penalty. They want to be dead and get it over with. But like, um, like I was saying, that capital punishment has been suspended almost everywhere. I think the only place anymore that they allow the death anywhere is still Texas.
Yeah.
I think the last, um, or one of the things, like Timothy McVeigh was here in Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
where they executed him with the lethal injection.
Okay.
That was here in Indiana. Hey, Pauline.
Hi.
Hey, David.
Hi, David. Hello,
My
everyone.
next one is called the Interstate Killer. We are working at Larry Eiler. Well, it is though. It for now, like we were talking about, capital punishment, because an eye for an eye isn't the way it works anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because of you got to think how the lead guy of the prison is. He has to be, you're the one that's in charge of these
Yep.
deaths, and that's on your conscience
Yeah.
for taking these people's lives. So I think they started to take that into consideration, because some people were, those bailiffs and stuff were in the jail, people were quitting their jobs because it was way
Right.
too much to have all these deaths on their hands, because they're the ones that have to set up the time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure everything is right.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm telling you what, I couldn't like want that on my conscience, that you have
Mm-mm.
to be one responsible to make sure that person is dead. And like I said earlier, there has been cases in the last 10, 15, 20 years that the lethal injection has failed because they found a cheaper drug.
Mm.
And the thing was that they thought they were going to still get him to kill him. They can't. They had to put him in prison, in imprisonment or whatever, for the rest of his life, but they couldn't try to kill him again because of that. Like, I'm like,
Right.
the dude literally should have been like able to let thing, because that's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it matter. I mean, you can almost think how people watching him and watching that, I couldn't imagine that. And
Mm-mm.
he didn't die after, because that's what's supposed to happen is when they first give the first shot, it's supposed to make their nerves and whatnot so they don't feel nothing. It shuts down so that we don't, as the viewers, don't get to see him jumping and doing all the whatever when they do give him the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine being there with that case. I couldn't imagine, or any of those cases, seeing that. Welcome to 23.
Welcome.
This guy was born December 21st, Larry Eiler, 1952. And he's the interstate killer, and he died of AIDS March 6th, 1994. So he died in prison, but he died of AIDS,
Mm.
which is kind of interesting because that ended up roughly about the time when AIDS started to be a big thing, that people started to notice it was coming out.
Right.
Yeah. Eiler was the youngest of 4 children born to parents who divorced while he was young. He dropping out of high school in his senior year. He worked odd jobs for a couple of years before earning his GED. Sporadic enrollment in college between 74 and 78 left Larry without a degree. And he finally pulled up stakes, making the move to Chicago. Unknown to friends and relatives, Larry was a young man at war with himself, struggling to cope with his homosexual tendencies. And this guy was one of those. He was a homosexual, but he didn't want to admit that he was a
Right.
homosexual.
Right.
It was a big deal to him. So he that's the people that he ended up, the victims he chose were gay people,
Right.
which says, when people can't accept who they are and it just happens. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I can't accept who I am, but I'm going to go out and go kill
Yeah.
these people that are like me. Well, what? Well, I don't.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't need that. That to me is like, okay, so you got to be, what's the word? You're living the life that I can't.
Right.
Basically,
Mm.
yeah, and it says something. He says, like John Gacy and a host of others, he would learn to take his sex where he could find it forcefully, and then eliminated the evidence his abiding shame of. In 1978, Eiler was arrested for stabbing a young man. He had put the kid in handcuffs first, but the kid fled from the hospital, so Eiler was released. He struggled with the fact that he was homosexual. Larry was with. Okay, that was it. Okay, that was it. I don't know why I didn't catch that again. But that was something. It was interesting, as he was brought up here in Indiana.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it was another Indiana serial killer. I think I want to say one of the Capricorns or one of the Leos was an actual Indiana serial killer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't know there was either until I come across it, and I'm like, but I've heard of that guy, and I'm like, I didn't know it was in Indiana though.
Mm.
Yeah, you're the same age as my brother. I got a brother who was born in 78.
Oh cool.
Oh yeah, and it says he was often beat by his stepfathers. So his mother
Mm.
got married multiple times. March 21st, 1982, Jay Reynolds was found stabbed to death on the outskirts of Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, 9 months later he was 26. He had taken him to an ice cream shop, and he never returned. He was left home to close his business. Yeah, apparently at the time the Reynolds had owned his shop. He was a ice cream parlor shop, and
Okay.
he was supposed to close his shop, and he never returned. His mutilated corpse was found the next day, discarded along U.S. Highway 25 in rural Filet County, south of town. I've got a going psycho kitty out here,
Oh, you're good.
lighting on the kitchen floor. In September September 30th, 1983, Chicago police spotted Larry cruising for dates in the district favored by male prostitutes. Rolling surveillance was established, officers watching from their cars as Eiler picked up one young man, then dropped him off a few blocks later. Detectives swarmed to question him about the meeting, their witness explaining that he had rejected Eiler's offer of money for sex because he simply wanted to party. Surveillance continued as Eiler drove around uptown, finally stopping for Arkansas transplant Daryl Hayland in the pickup. Eiler offered Haywood $100 for sex, specifically bondage as he prefers. Haywood resisted briefly, then agreed, still unaware of the detectives tailing him. Eiler lost them by driving south on Interstate 90, leaving Chicago behind, crossing into Lake County, Indiana. Despite their suspicions of a possible murder in progress, one from the surveillance team alerted Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, so that means nobody alerted that even though there was surveillance on him, they weren't on it.
That's a big mess up.
Yeah, it is, and it has shown many times through what I've been reading. Like these people could have been caught, like way early on before they killed multiple people, but the cops are either too lazy or don't want to follow within what alert has been going on.
Yep.
And I have read, and I have said that multiple times, like they're just lazy and, oh, well, that's not. And okay, but you could have saved lives.
Yep.
Hey, Foxy.
Foxy.
Okay, then. They was trying to say, hey, do you want out of your studio? What the hell? I don't want out of my studio. What the hell? Yeah, so in east of us. So Larry parked along the highway. He persuaded Haywood to remove his shirt. That done, Larry convinced his date to leave the truck and hike across the nearby field to a nearby field to have sex in an abandoned barn. They were returning to the pickup when State Trooper Kenneth passed by a few minutes later, before 7 a.m. He saw the truck parked illegally. Two men emerging from the woods. He stopped to question them, intending, so he later said, to issue a citation for parking illegally in an interstate highway. He said he intended, so that means he didn't do it.
Right.
Which could have, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On October 3rd, 1982, Deloyd Baker was strangled, his body dumped on the roadside near north of Indianapolis. October 15th, and the grim discoveries continued. On a farmer's plow turned up a skeletal remains of John Doe, victim in Jasper County, Indiana, southwest of Rensselaer. The bones were notched by knife wounds, indicating death by stabbing. 4 days later, mushroom hunters stumbled on the highway killer private graveyard. At a long-abandoned farmhouse outside Lake Village, Indiana, 4 more victims were discovered in varying states of decomposition. 3 were white males planted close together, while a black victim had been segregated from the others on the far side of a tree, which is kind of weird to me, but whatever. Apparently thought that had to been to do differently. Inside a nearby barn, detectives found a pentagram and an inverted cross, considered signs of Satanism painted on a sagging rafter. 2 of the victims would remain forever nameless. The others were identified as 22-year-old Michael Bauer and 19-year-old John Bartlett. News of the discovery brought 2 surviving victims forward. Ed Haley wrote police from the West Virginia recalling the night of June 1st, 1980, when Larry handcuffed him for sex, then beat him for an hour and threatened him with a shotgun. Jim Griffin from Chicago identified Larry as the man he'd taken home for sex on November 30th, 1981. At Griffin's home, Larry had turned violent, beating Griffin with his fists, threatening him with 2 knives and an ice pick. Ew. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then let's say October 23rd, 1982, Stephen Crockett was 19, stabbed 32 times with 4 wounds in the head, discarded outside Lawwell, Indiana. And that's not very far from where my hometown is.
Mm-hmm.
November 6, 1982, Robert Foley, dumped in a field northwest of Juliet. Christmas of 1982. She dropped down again. I think he's doing that to her. John Johnson, 25, left in a field outside Bellshaw, Indiana. Not sure where that is. December 28th, 1982. John Roach and Stephen Egan, 21 and 20, outside of Bellsville, Indiana. And then the other 20-year-old found still tied up in Newport, Indiana. March 4th, 1983. The next verified highway victim was 27-year-old Edgar Underfloater, found stabbed to death outside Danville, Illinois the killer had removed his shoes and stockings, replacing them with white tube socks the victim never owned. That's another thing apparently he was doing, was taking their socks off and putting tube socks on these people that never owned tube socks at the time. On April 8th, 1983, was Gustavo, 28-year-old, found by construction workers in Lake County, Illinois, near the Wisconsin border. A resident of Chicago's Uptown District. Gustavo was a father of two, but he also frequently joined local gay bars. Aside from multiple stab wounds, his killer had cut off his right hand and removed it from the scene where he was found on Old Danny Bridges. Fingerprints lifted from the trash bags matched Eiler's and was formally charged with first degree murder at 8 p.m. Evidence found in his apartment included numerous bloodstains, a box of trash bags matching those from the alley, a hacksaw, and a t-shirt owned by Danny. Prosecutors announced that they intended to seek the death penalty. State's attorneys Mark and Rick assigned to handle the case. Eiler's hopes for acquittal rested with public defenders Claire and Tom Allen. He pleaded not guilty on September 30th, and legal maneuvers delayed his trial for nearly 2 years. Finally, the proceedings opened the Cook County Criminal Court on July 1st, 1986, before Judge Joseph Jurors convicted Eiler of all counts on July 9th, but his fate would be decided in the trial's penalty phase, beginning on September 30th. 3 years to the day since he was stopped by the trooper Kenneth in Lake County, Indiana. On October 3rd, 1986, Judge Urso sentences Eiler to die for killing Bridges. Eiler was also sentenced to 15 years in prison for aggravated kidnapping and 5 years of attempting to conceal his victim's death. There were still appeals to be filed, but all in vain. 3 years after he was condemned on October 25th, 1989, the Illinois Supreme Court affirmed Eiler's conviction and capital sentence, fixing his tentative execution date for March 14th, 1990. In 1990, Eiler made the news again when he offered information on 20 more murders if his sentence was commuted to life. The state refused, and he is still awaiting a death. So he's still been sitting on death row, but he never got it. Hey, Luderate. Hey, Donna. Thank you all for coming in. I know, right? It is convincing because some states, like I said, the state capital punishment is on a pause moment because they still don't know if they should go on with it or continue or get rid of it completely. Like I said, Texas is the only place I know that still gives out death penalty and goes through it with the chair. As Sparky is still kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think Sparky is even allowed anymore. But I think depends on what goes on. That's just it, Donna. That's where the capital punishment has, because taking a life for a life is really has been coming up big time with the prisons, because um yeah, it may be cheaper in the long run, but these people that are committing murders still have family. um it is a big issue with all that. Thank you, Dragon. It must be nice. Uber Eats. What are you eating, Nature Journey? What are you eating? What did you get? Well, it wouldn't even be lots of money. It's the state's decision, and it's all this. That's what I'm saying. It's come about. It really has to do with the state. It has nothing to do with the parents, because I don't think. Yeah, he's 73. His parents are no longer alive. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you all with that too, because in my eyes, why not get rid of them? Because look, that's taxpayers' money that has to pay for people that are sitting on death row. Taco Bell, she said, Taco Bell. My next one is Jake Bird. He is known as the Tacoma Axe Killer. It's one of the few colored people that he was, I know, back in the day, because he was born in 1901. Um, he was born in Louisiana. This man he started off really young, getting in trouble all the time. His name is Jake Bird, also known as the hex guy, who put a hex on the courtroom people, which eventually ended up five of the judges and whatnot all ended up dying all in the same year. One of them ended up dying in January, April, June, October, and November, all the same year. All it just coincidental that he put a hex on them, and all of them literally within, and they were all old, 69, 46, 69, 46, and the oldest was 76. Oh, I like Jack in a Box around here, but I don't think I don't think they do that. But also, because I'm going through this, he was one of the few, because back in the days, even if it was he had committed two murders in the same night. He had killed two women in the same household, literally for $1.50 that she had in her purse. So he ended up killing Bertha and what's the other girl's name? and another woman, Beverly. And he only got charged for one because in those days, for whatever reason, they only charged you with one murder because murder was murder and you was going to get hanged for it. Yeah, so in February, Friday, October 31st, 1947, Deputy Prosecutor Earl Mann charged Jake Bird in Pierce County Supreme Court with first-degree murder, but only in the death of Bertha. It was customary to file only one charge in a multiple homicide where failure to obtain a conviction on the first offense would allow the filing of additional murder charges. Judge Edward Hodge anointed James W. Seldom, a former Pierce County prosecutor, as his defense counsel. At his arraignment, Bird pleaded not guilty. The trial was set for Monday, November 24th, 1947. At a motion hearing on November 14th, 1947, defense attorney Seldom requested a change of venue, stating Bird could not get a fair trial in Pierce County. He also asked to be relieved as Bird's attorney, informing the court that Bird wanted to request himself. Judge Hodge denied both requests. Trial began on schedule in the Pierce County Courthouse before Judge Hodge, but was slowed by jury selection. Questioning of the prosecutor's jurors revolved around their impressions of the crime game from the news media and whether Jake, a black man, could get a free trial. 4 jurors were excused when it was learned that they had recently served on another first-degree murder trial in which the defendant was convicted and sentenced to hang. By the end of the day, a jury of 9 men and 3 women were selected. Court was back in session 9 a.m. the next morning. On Sunday, December 7th, 1947, Pierce County Under Sheriff Joseph and Deputy Michael Blows dead. Okay, I'm just on so the like I said, the hex, he was in court while he did the hex. And it ended up being Ed Hodge, Joseph Carpatch, the undersheriff, the court. It was the Supreme Court judge, the undersheriff, court reporter, and Tacoma Police Detective Lieutenant, and Bird's defense attorney. All 5 of them died within months of each other the same year when he put the hex on them. So yeah. And she's not up here, and I was going to do the thing because the other guy I have up here is Robert Olson, Canada's national monster. If you got to do your thing, G, you can go down. It's all good. Because I know you said you got to be over there. That's all good. I can also have Dragon and whatever them come up here if they all want to come up here. Donna and them if they want to come up after. If you got to go do your thing with Nicole.
I'm good. She's already on there and stuff. If I get on, it's gonna be echoing and everything though. So
Oh, okay.
got you all the way though.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
I kind of figured you
Interesting
was.
though.
I know you do.
Yeah, I'm multitasking over here, but I'm listening though. It's really interesting
I do.
and
This
crazy
is, huh?
and crazy too.
It is like some of this stuff, how they just
Appreciate it, Mick. Much
their
love to you.
brain and well, and get right burst through the thing with their axe. But yeah, that's what he was all these people, and he only got convicted. They literally have him like all these people that he's supposedly, but he only got the one murder because some, like I said, for some reason they do killing like that, and I don't understand why they do that. That's kind of weird. But this new guy, Clifford is his name, and he was born in Vancouver, British Columbia. Um, he was a bully in school, so he already started off being a bully in school. His life would continue this way. During the years of 1957 to 1981, he managed to be arrested 94 times. Charges ranged from fraud to armed robbery to sexual assault. Olson spent quite a bit of time in prison during these years. Inside, he had the reputation of being a violent homosexual rapist. When he became bored with the raping, he would try his hand at informing. Once he talked to a fellow convict, Gary, to write down a confession to the murder of a 9-year-old girl. He then showed up at that same guy's trial as a witness for the prosecution, helping convict the man. When released from prison, Olson continued to inform the police. On November 19th, 1980, Christina Weller, a 12-year-old, was murdered in Richmond. Um, Richmond. Yeah, she was driven to an area where she suffered 10 stab wounds to the chest and abdomen and two superficial lashes to the neck. She had a double perforation of the right ventricle of the heart and 4 penetrating wounds to the liver. So yeah, he was nasty, and it was unfortunately he was considered a monster because it was kids that he was killing. April 16th, 1981 is Colleen. She was 13. Colleen was murdered in South Surrey near 144th Street and 26th Avenue. She was picked up in Surrey and driven to the remote area of South Surrey, where she was attacked and murdered by repeated hammer blows to the head. The actual death was 2 depressed fractures of the occipital region of the skull. I'm not sure where that is. A couple of days later, April 21st, he got a hold of Darren, who was 16. Darren was picked up in New Westminster and driven to DeRoche, where he was murdered by repeated hammer blows, again to the head. The cause of death was skull fractures and hemorrhage of the left hemorrhax. His body wasn't found until May 2nd. And of course, that's where they said his brain was shattered. May 15th, 1981, Clifford decides to marry his longtime girlfriend and mother of his child. 4 days later, he celebrates the wedding with the murder of Sandra, a 16-year-old. She was picked up at a bus stop and driven to an area, Chilliwack Lake Road, where she was murdered by repeated hammer blows. Few skeletal remains were found, and cause of death was determined to have been head injury. So all of her body, apparently she really wasn't found or whole. Oh, okay. Thank you, JMac. Ew, that's still that like right here. That would be like right here. Yeah, no kidding. Gotcha. June 21st, 1981. Anita Court, another 13-year-old, Weaver Lake Road, was picked up while walking. She was walking home from babysitting and never made it home. Um, of course, again, the hammer blows to the head because I was apparently skeletal remains were severely depressed. Skull fractures were found. Um, the next one, July 2nd, next month, Simon Patrick, a 9-year-old, um, was picked up 2 blocks from his home and given a ride. During the course of the ride, given a couple of he gave the kid, the 9-year-old, couple of beers and then strangled the kid. A couple of days later, he got Judy, who was 14. She had been violently mutilated. I can't say the word. And dumped into a nearby lake. Yeah, so apparently they actually found her before she actually didn't have any for her, so they actually found her. Again, in another July 23rd, he got Raymond, who was 15. He picked up him at at a bus stop. And he was thrown down an embankment and murdered while unconscious by rock blows to the head. So he used a rock to bash his head in. His body was found 2 weeks later. So he was really on a roll in July because he just kept going. July 25th, he got a hold of Sigrun, an 18-year-old. He hit him on the head with a hammer and thrown into a ditch with water to be buried. The only dental records were needed for this 18-year-old to identify him because that was how bad it was. So they ended up having to use the dental records to figure out who he was. And then a few days later, Terry went missing from the apartment complex where the first victim, Christina Weller, had lived. Her corpse was eventually found in Lake Weaver. Terry, 15, was strangled to death. And then his last one, July 30th, he got Luis, who was 17th. He used a hammer. That was must have been his MO. He used a hammer for all these things. And fractures. By this time, police had decided to move in. They watched Olson pick up 2 female hitchhikers and decided to move in. After searching his car, they found an address belonging to Judy. He was arrested for this murder. Olson decided that he wanted to admit to the crimes, but only if the police agreed to pay his wife $10,000 for each victim that he admitted to. Unexplainably, the cops agreed, and once his wife had the cash, he talked. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life for 11 murders. Following the state's agreement that would pay Olson $10,000 a corpse, he realized he was on a good thing. He offered the cops a massive cut deal, 20 more graves for $100,000, but unfortunately, the state decided it was not worth it, so they are left to wonder how many more victims were really out there. Night, Donna. Thank you for being in here for a while at least. Dragon, do you want to come up so we can actually have whatever if other people want to come up? Doo-doo-doo. So how is everyone? Oh, well, I sent you the link, Dragon, if you want to come up. Yeah, Don Mustan's gonna get up early. Woo wee. And thank you, J Mac, for that information. That's good to know. I was kind of wondering. I'm like, then I didn't look it up because sometimes when I'm like some of the words that come up for my killers, I usually look them up if I don't know what that means, so that way I can tell information what it means. But I apparently didn't catch that one and what part of the brain that was. But that makes sense. The beginning is easier because you're hitting somebody. That's where you're gonna strike them right in the forehead that up that close. I send it to Facebook. I will send it. It's just being kind of funny. I'll have to tell you a funny because some reason your Facebook thing went to my Instagram and I have no idea why. And that's where you're stuck. Okay, it's not there now. Oh, nice. Frontal lobotome. Yep. I sent it to Facebook. I will send. Hold on. Yeah, I don't like talking about it, but no. Hey, Mrs. Solo. There she is.
Oh my God, I'm searching and checking my regular messages from my phone too. It's like, well,
Right.
that other one's finished. It's done, Rain.
I don't know. I figured you would. Well, obviously, because you literally had like literally less than like 20 beads to fill in that hole.
It didn't even take that.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. Like you literally had.
Yeah. And then I started that one with the girl with the blue and black hair and the moon and the ravens and that.
I
This
can't
one's-
wait. I can't wait to get it because I did what you said, what you did, and I took a picture. I found what you were saying, and I found it on the thing. I took a picture of it, cut it out my way, and did it. It may not look totally like yours, so mine will be definitely different than yours. But I have that one coming now.
Yeah. Here,
I
I'll
got
show
it.
you.
I did it. I got it done in 50 by 50.
Look at.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Holy
I
crap!
did
How big is that?
Hold on, I'll show you in a second. And then look at the hair I did a little bit. Look at that blue.
Oh, that's
mean,
pretty.
And then look at this. I did a little bit there. And then this is the part I'm working on right now. But
That's
it goes all the way
huge.
around. Yeah. Yeah. This is, hold on, Rain. Damn it. Where is it? Oh, if I can maneuver, sis.
Mick,
Okay.
none of us need the dramas. Let's just put it that way. It's
70
done and over with.
70 by 87.
Jeez. Yeah, girl, you're gonna be working on that one for a minute.
It depends.
Well, I know you work faster than I do when it comes to like, because I do have other stuff that I do with on top of. But when I get on it and just work on my diamond art, I get I'm like, as much as I've gotten done, just even with today, how much I've worked on mine. It's
yeah. Well, I just started this one too.
right.
No, shortly right after. Oh, hang on. I'll show you what the other one looks like now. Since it's done, I put books on it, but I'll have to switch every couple days so that way the beads stay in place. Oh, hang on. I was so excited.
Oh, I bet. Like I've got more than half this.
Rain.
The shit's coming off. I know. I said that's gonna and mine's gonna be a little bit different because I won't have all like what you have on yours, but I'm still actually getting that one done. But I'm getting it bigger than what I have of
Yeah,
this one.
well,
I'm getting it done in 50. I got it done in 50 by 50. So I paid
that's
20.
okay though.
I paid 24 for it.
Well, it still has the Ouija board, right?
Oh yeah, that was my main part. I made sure that the Ouija board was still in it, and there was still
The
enough
candles?
details of her, like, but it cut out a lot of detail. But it still had the Ouija board, completely all the Ouija board, her in it, and whatever. But I got what I want out of it, and I was like, that's still cool.
It is. It's going to be nice when it's done. Trust me.
Oh, Mrs. Solo is asking, what do you have over yours, Dragon? Mrs. Solo, I need to find you so you can actually come up.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the well, see with mine I just put heavy books on it to keep the beads to stay in place.
Oh, the shiny. Well, that's what the diamond, like if you actually
Yeah.
do it, these ones, like where she gets the diamond art club, they really are shiny. They for the diamonds are for
Mhm.
real, like shiny, and that's like what I'm working with. Like some of them really aren't, but some of them really are. So you can't even see how shiny unless you actually look through a light and actually see how shiny they
Yeah.
really are.
But this one's got a lot of blues in it though. I mean, like at least the background is not going to be all black, kind of a darkish blue.
Yes, Anita, it is. We actually Canadian Witch, who's also was up here a little bit ago. She too does all of these. If you guys find her in the morning, usually it depends, but Dragon and I've been on her in the mornings. We've been actually doing with our couple of us that are doing the diamond
Diamond art.
and we got Laura, who actually is doing craft. She actually comes up with ideas with her cricket and makes those things.
I know, it's so cool what she came up with.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Impressed.
I think I got a new logo coming. I think it's gonna be what she's come up with is really neat.
Mhm. Yep. What happened to G? What the fuck?
He's just wandering around. He's been busy, but he is leaving tonight, so it is kind of probably getting stuff around. You know, he's gonna be busy.
Was Raven going with him?
Well, yeah, they're going back home. They're at Raven's mom's.
Oh.
After that accident, they ended up at Jamie's mom's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is where they are right now. Is Jamie's mom's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this
they have a 20-hour drive.
oh wow.
Yeah, 20 hours. Yeah, he's got 850 miles to drive to go home.
Oh, she got her car back then already?
Well, not got her car back. They got a rental. They got the rental. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, her truck got totaled. Her truck is totaled.
Oh wow.
Well, that accident, Jamie's truck got totaled. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's horrible. Like we're still doing the damn G made it through that.
I know, and I feel so bad for him. I really do. But yeah, this one's big, but it's like the way I did the other one, the more and more I work on it every day, the more and more.
Well, yeah, I know Mrs. Solo. I was just saying that's what I don't Dragon didn't know that. That's where they've been there since the accident. Yeah, pretty much. It's yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, I know you didn't. That's why I was telling you that.
Yeah. I didn't know if, you know. Yeah, it's going to be a long drive for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Taking turns though. Usually.
Yep.
So, yeah. This is like
Night,
hang on, Rain.
Pauline. Thanks for showing up.
Night, Pauline. This is 35 packages of beads, sis.
Dang.
And that other one that I just did, the woman with the Ouija board, that was only 22 packages of beads. And then that big one I showed you earlier of that woman with the pink hair and that dragon, that was like 61 packages of beads, sis. And I got it at the same time I got the one with the Ouija board, and I'm going, oh my God.
Got a lot to do. But it's good though, because that's just it. Like they said, finding frames for these, it can be kind of outrageously expensive, more than
I know,
the
especially
artwork
that one I
itself.
just did. Oh, I know, and especially this one too. Like, especially the one I did of the witch. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I'm thinking
this because it's a 40 by 40 and it's a wide one. I'm gonna have issues trying to find a frame for it.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
It's because it's different, and then I kind of think that they should make diamond art some just specifically ones for diamond art frames, so we're not paying outrageous price for these damn frames. Because
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. It's crazy. Because I'd like to get a couple frames. The one with the witch I did, and then the one with the Ouija board, and hang them up on my wall.
Well, I was going to say that's Halloween. My other one that I did already, I literally because it's a 50 by 60, I ended up getting a poster frame, so it was perfect for it.
Yeah, maybe I might get lucky.
And I didn't pay outrageous for it either.
No,
it was a poster, because it is a poster frame, and poster frames are cheap.
Yeah, I know. But this one's gonna be nice when it's done, though.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to think it might not. I'm trying to see, even that would have to, how much of that would I have to take off to, no, actually, just take off one of the sides, and then and being how I am with my scrapbooking, to actually fit it in there and put it in the middle and put Monster X stuff around it, like a scrapbooking thing, and actually put it around it, it'd still work.
Yeah, probably.
Because paying cheap for the frame itself.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute.
What?
Okay. So how did your shit get in for me into Instagram?
I could not tell you, because it's been messed up. I've been doing, and literally, this is my whatever. This is all my people for Instagram. And look, you're in there under Instagram. I don't know why it messed with. So if I try to message you on Facebook, it looks like it's brand new.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know why.
I don't know, because that's weird, because like my Instagram is totally separate from my Facebook.
That's awesome, Anita.
Yeah, because
I have a thing. That was my thing, is Canadian Witch has a really big board, and that would be my next thing, is actually getting a light board to put underneath of them, instead of actually using a light like this. It's actually underneath. Well,
I have a big light board. I think I sent you at one time. I think I sent you that link. Yeah, and I paid like 60 some bucks for it or something.
Well, and I think that would be good too. And I think like me,
that's at my house right now.
Yeah, and with me keep doing them, why not have one? And then when I'm doing for other people,
I'll have to. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need it for not the rest of it, but for the middle where the moon is and that.
Oh yeah.
That's where I'm gonna absolutely need it because it's kind of dark. So that part I'm gonna absolutely freaking need it.
Mhm.
But when I get to it,
Yeah.
well, this just got started. So, but when I seen all the blues for this, I was like, holy shit!
She's like, woohoo, it's got blues.
I know, it's so pretty. And this one's square beads again.
Yay.
After I just did,
Yay. Yeah,
After I
yay.
after I just did that one with the square beads, I'm like, oh my god.
You got more than me. I can't know. The square
Oh, I know
beads get me. I might though, like if it comes
I've
down
just
to
been,
it. But
I
there's
just
so
been,
much reds in the one that I had. The young one I've got done that was in my favorite. There's so much reds in it, and I'm like, I don't even know if that's gonna actually stick out and do right because there's so many different colors of red.
well, that one worked out. That one worked out that the colors that came with the one for the woman with the Ouija board.
And let me tell you, and if you get into for real doing any of the diamond art, Anita, for real, we have both. I've invested money into a real diamond art pins
Oh, I
versus
know.
the stupid instead of the versus the pink ones. Oh, he's vaping. Are you smoking or are you vaping?
Can't smoke in the house though.
He says no smoking in the
I've been
house.
smoking less though cigarettes. I've been smoking less cigarettes though. I think I cut down maybe like 5 cigarettes less a day so far, and I've been only vaping for 4 days.
Awesome.
So I'm
Oh,
trying to cut
wow,
down on
geez.
these because over here they're $5, but over there where I'm at they're $10 and like 3 cents a pack. That's $70 a week, and I smoke a pack a day.
Yeah,
So
you
70 a week is a lot. If I can
yeah.
save money,
See,
then
I'm
guess what?
glad when I got with Boomy, he was smoking cigarettes, and it was roughly like $50 to $70 a week for cigarettes. And then when he went down to smoking cigars, it's way less than smoking the
Black and milds
cigarettes.
are cheap though. I think they're like about $1 and something over there in Maryland,
Yeah, it depends on what kind of that you smoke. Yeah, it does make a difference.
and they last long too though. You can take
Yeah.
a couple hits, you can put them out and stuff, so you can make them last definitely.
Yeah, you missed what I showed Rain that I just finished, G.
She's got a Ouija board with a witch that she just
Fuck
finished.
this shit, I'm out. Yeah.
Oh, it's just diamond art, dude. Come on.
Listen, I gotta drive later on though. I ain't trying to get fucked up again.
No,
I'm not trying to
12-hour
fuck you up.
drive. I'm messing with the dragon, you know that.
I know you are, love. I know.
Oh man,
I know.
it's a long night.
Yeah, when you
Are you gonna swap,
when you get back
take
home,
turns?
Huh?
Are you gonna take turns driving?
Maybe. I'm gonna take a rest and go to the rest area definitely and stuff. I ain't going straight shot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't
It's
go
smart,
do your
though.
thing. Yeah, just be smart about it this time. Come on
Definitely.
now.
yeah.
Yep, Anita, that's one thing I'm probably
Yeah.
because it does cost. Maybe that'll be one of the things I for Christmas is the light board.
Yeah. Hey, G, is there any way when you get back home or you have some time, is there any way you can make me an intro, G?
G,
Oof. Intros, I can try. I mean, I never like actually looked that up though. I can try to do it. I
Do you
thought you
know
were
what?
gonna say thumbnail. I'd say. I'm done.
yeah, I am actually working on I'm trying to find a site to actually play with and see if I can't do.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess
Yeah.
around with it, but thumbnails anytime though. I was supposed to do rains, and my mind was everywhere today trying to figure stuff out, and I'm
Yeah,
still
well,
trying
Yeah,
to.
I know. I need
We know
more.
you're busy right now. Absolutely.
But thumbnails
Yeah.
definitely though.
Oh, I always
intro, I'll
need more
try.
thumbnails. I'm running out of thumbnails, dude. I'm getting so losing my mind.
Well,
On Canva, I get mine on Canva. I do mine on there. It's 12. I think you get a month free, but it's $12.99 a month.
what is it
Canva.com.
called?
Canva. You go on Google, type in Canva, and
Canva.
it's supposed to be the first, like, yeah, CANVA.
No, I
And they
can't do
let
it
you
right now. I'm
search up
typing in
any
something now.
they let you, because I searched up for rain, I searched up serial killer and stuff popped up like knives and stuff like that, or
You said
paranormal horror, like anything.
Canva?
Canva, yeah. I'm gonna try typing it into
Spell it again so I make sure I'm spelling it right.
Canva.
Okay, that's what I did.
And it's supposed to say Canva.com, the best free design tool, the first one right there.
Yep, and it says free tool, presentation, video, social media, canvas.
They
Nice.
should give you a month free, I believe. I'm not sure, but it's $12.99 a month though, which isn't bad.
It
No,
isn't.
but it's the whole idea when I don't understand that stuff myself too. That's the
Yeah, but I love
problem.
doing thumbnails for people though. I mean, I haven't done it for many people, but except for Rain, I only did it for Rain, and that's about it. But I don't mind doing thumbnails for you guys.
I use for my thumbnails that I found. You don't have to buy it. It is free. Most of the use is free. I mean, but you've got to be creative with it because I had to learn how to play with it. Is
Definitely.
Vista Create. And that's how I've come up with my thumbnails for my stuff for my serial killer. Literally, I bits and pieces from what they give and got rid of the background. You kept this or that and use this. Yeah, it's just finding different things for it.
Definitely, and Dragon, whatever, what Rain's doing and stuff with the hashtag that she has with this, what is it, X Knives Killer and Sagittarius. Oh, I didn't even spell Sagittarius right, Sagittarius. I thank God I caught that. It's really important to do those hashtags as well because it helps you with the algorithm. It helps you get the channel out there. So you can do like hashtag diamond art and then space. It fits 3. If you go on her stuff, I don't know if you're on the laptop, you'll see those 3 blue keywords and stuff. That's really
Put them
important
in
as
the
well.
subscription. And when you're doing it after the 18 plus or before the 18 plus, put hashtag this, hashtag that, and you can put up to 3 hashtags.
I mean, you can put more
Never.
hashtags and stuff though, but only 3
Well,
pop up.
yeah, but I've never done that shit. Gee,
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
You really want to confuse me now, don't you, fucker?
I can go. I'll help you on StreamYard. I can just share my screen and stuff whenever I get back home. And Rain, there's also another thing and stuff that's important. I don't know how to get to it. I'm gonna have to go on when I get home. I'm gonna go on. There's another it's on your About Me section somewhere on your settings that you put in all your hashtags, like what your channel is about. You can put as much as you want.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really important. I'm gonna show you that once I get home.
I know the sticker, like my little thing in my corner. I want to send Jamie something like that and see if she can't play with that because I really like that. It's like it's got the storm.
Okay, I saw
the
that
little
earlier
thing. It's
too.
a storm and it's perfect for it. But I can't ever get it the light.
Yeah, you're talking about the color around it, probably.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
See this one. This is the
Whatever,
the other one. This is what it looks like.
I think it's cool though.
It's got there's the moon in the middle, and then the stars, and then I like it. But yeah, I want that to figure out how to actually bring that out.
Someone right here though, you can talk to me about. FG, send me a link. What link do you need though, Solo? Oh, Canva. Okay, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't have her, and I was gonna send her the link so she can come up if she wanted to come up.
Yeah, she's been on my panel one time on my birthday.
I know next month's mine. Gee, what are you talking?
Look at that. Next month, that's coming quickly too. Though it's November. It's about to be.
Yeah, the 10th of November too. So I'm thinking I might do a birthday stream.
We have 11 more days until this month's over.
I know.
Yeah, it does say Canva Pro. Try Pro free for 30 days. Yeah, Rain, I was right then. You do get free.
Canva.
Yep, free for a whole month.
Sign up for free.
Yeah, I don't know. You look like you don't want to leave, G.
I'm ready.
No, he wants to go home.
I'm teasing him. I'm joking with
I'm ready
him. I'm
for
trying to get him to smile.
too.
I was gonna say, he's ready for the investigation on top of. So,
well, 7 people waiting. That's 39 minutes away. There's 7 people already here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, put your link in chat so I can pin it, G. I get disappointed. I got a lot of people as the people that were in my chat, but nobody goes over and reads you.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you got 10 now. You had 24.
Yeah,
You did
but
really good tonight,
I
though.
think last week, I think it was last week. I forgot when I went into G's, I forgot to say raid. I felt really bad.
I know. I
It's
have
okay.
a couple of people.
You were
do
there
it.
though. That's all that matters. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm doing my diamond art and I'm watching G's stream and then I'm checking the chat and I'm just going, huh?
And I got my 1 year on here on the 27th. Oh shit! I just thought about that. Rain, I got my 1 year anniversary stream on Thursday.
I said you got that.
I
coming up.
know.
Because I usually schedule my streams 9:30 though, but I put it at 10:30. That way you can do your live. So that's why I put mine at 10:30.
Well,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
and Joker was telling me to push maybe to later so that he could raid me.
I do gotta talk to you about that and stuff once I get home. There's a lot of stuff that I want to say right now.
I
But
know, right?
Yeah, I get you, G. I get it.
Did you hear me?
I
I said go
understand.
ahead. G, post your link in there for here. Aren't you going live tonight still?
yeah, that's what I said. I got there's 5 people in here. Yeah, I'll post the link. What did Miss Solo said? G, send me Rain's link.
No, and I'll
No.
tell you to put it in chat so I can pin it.
Oh, she's talking about the StreamYard link.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So you
Oh, shit. I think
misunderstood.
this is it.
Oh, G's so excited he just wants to go home.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to do an investigation, and then she has to go back home Saturday. She goes back to work Saturday, and she has to send those giveaways for my birthday still, and then that's what I'm trying to do, an investigation because of that level 4 tier that I have with sending people the paranormal equipment, and then me and her got to take a picture together. So I'm probably going to do an investigation possibly Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll find something so I can send them out. And then Lori said she's going to upgrade it tonight. She's level 2. I don't know if she's going to upgrade to level 3 or 4, but we shall see. I think this is the link to StreamYard. That's a long link. I don't even know if this is it. Thanks, I'm about to send it to you, Daddy. That's the link. Well, I dropped my link for tonight's live right there, but I got you on Messenger.
Yeah, today's just not one fucked up day.
All right, it's sent.
Rain, you said you got that 50 by 50, right?
Yep.
Both of those two. Right?
This one's 40, but the one that you just did, I actually got the picture and I got it done as 50 by 50 was the best one for it, and I still literally had to stretch it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Soto.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Solo. Hey,
That was
love.
quick.
That's
Our
'cause
name
I'm
is
good.
Solo on here, but you got a D on the picture, though.
I
I'm
know,
messing
right?
with you this time.
I need to figure out how to change that picture.
Night, Josh.
All right,
Night, Josh.
Thank you for
when you
coming
see
up.
yourself in the studio, there's these 3 lines here, 3 dots, not lines, and then you put edit audio avatar, and then there should be a plus, and then you should change it. You can change it that way.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I gave up on my diamond art tonight. I'm tired.
Oh man, you sound tired.
Yeah, I am.
Well, I finished that one with the Ouija board. That's done, Miss Solo.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Got
I'm
one
done
down.
for the night.
I'm still
He's
doing
like,
it.
I'm out. I'm done for the night.
I'm going to take my meds and go to bed soon.
I
It's
don't
only
blame you.
8:54 my time, so I ain't even done yet.
And 54 over here too, though, which is weird for me to say.
It's 9:54. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got as far as I did by doing that one till 1:30 this morning, and then when I got up, right back at it. So I got the rest of it done.
Yeah, I was up at till 2:30, and then I got back up at 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm tired.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, you're getting up by the time I'm like almost Boomy's like crawling into bed.
And I got work all weekend, so I got to get my sleep.
Oh yay.
My man lighting up a whole Christmas tree over there at that old Adrian. He said
You did,
like
right?
10 cat balls. They ain't a bad idea either, though. That's crazy. Imagine if all of them start lighting up, though. You never know.
That'd be
I
awesome.
never saw anybody do that. I like seeing like different things with different people. Like everybody does it
Yeah.
like a different way and stuff, though. I like that.
And
get
let me
that.
tell you, there is no wrong or right way to do diamond art. It's just everybody has their way of doing it because of
I'm talking about a cat ball.
yeah,
Come on,
whatever.
jump in the
See,
smoke.
I'm lost. My brain just went poof.
Okay.
They was
I would
talk-
like to think I thought about doing that, but I have cats, but I thought about doing to see if there was still.
Yeah, you can shut it off.
Mm-hmm. But I can only imagine if I stuck it to my close it, put one next to my $1 and see if it goes off or whatnot. And the cats, my one cat would definitely probably attack it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro just commented on the stream. She said, I like my hoodie. I ordered 2 more. They're so comfortable. Holy shit.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Which hoodies? What are you talking about, G?
The merch,
Oh,
like I don't even drop it as often as I should.
his merch ones, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did order 2 more. Holy shit. I just saw it.
Did you say Jamie's going back home?
Saturday. So yeah, that porta box gonna have to get shipped possibly to my place. If that's okay. Well, not to you though. When it gets here though, her mom's gonna do that.
No, I didn't send it out yet.
Oh shit, she told me you did yesterday morning.
We was going to.
I said
No. Yeah. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
He got up, he said, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was supposed to ship it, but then I knew they were getting ready to leave.
Yeah, just wait until they get home so you make sure
Yeah.
they actually get it. Yeah.
I'd rather just ship it one time and be done.
Oh, what? Boomy says, and an abrupt end to Twitch stream. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Uh-oh. What happened?
yeah, she said she didn't ship it yet. Oh yeah, I cooked my.
Because, yeah, I was going to say Joker wouldn't usually just quit playing the game for something unless something really happened. So,
Yeah.
ooh.
Wow.
I can't sell
The
you.
shirts and stuff I can make, but
The only way I can sell the hoodies and shirts.
And there's what? Because Canadian Witch was telling me she does use the Quillo website, which is it's really cheap except for when you are doing custom made ones. Custom made ones to them are very expensive.
Yeah.
If you for me is if you wanted to do custom made ones, go through Amazon, which is the link I sent earlier in Canadian Witch's private message earlier. Amazon has them cheaper to do the custom made ones.
No, gee, I was going to send it out, but then you guys said about getting a rental car and going home. So I'm like, we'll just wait then and then just send it once you guys got home.
Yeah, I can send you the address and stuff now. I mean,
Yeah. That way there's just one shipment and no risk of it getting banged around longer.
right.
Mrs. Solo, find me on Facebook. I'm Rain Powell. It's really easy.
What's
And
your
of course, it's my same thing as my
Or you can go on my profile and find her easier that way too.
It's this one.
Okay. All right. I'll look for you.
I have it here. I have it stuck to my Facebook and that connected, so that way they're finding.
Upside down Beth, much love to you.
Hi, Beth.
She is on
Hey,
both.
Beth.
Well, yeah, she's always got both of her different devices and.
Yeah, I just don't have my tablet on right now.
And the hubby decides to put it in chat. Yes, Rain Powell.
Yeah, I'll look for it once we're done here.
You missed it, Miss Solo. When I told Rain how big this was, the one I'm working on now, Rain was like, holy shit.
Well, it's one of the biggest ones because even the custom made, they only go to 70 by 90 is the biggest.
Wow.
Here, I'll show
Yeah.
you. I'll show you the one I'm working on now. See this?
Yeah.
And then it goes all the way this way.
Donna,
Oh,
I
wait.
thought you were going to bed, girl.
Look at me go.
Could you not
And that-
sleep?
So that's the one I'm working on now with the girl in the blue and black hair. But this one's 70
Miss
kilometers
Jamie.
by,
It's me.
Donna,
by
do you want to come up?
87
I'll send you the
kilometers.
link.
Hey,
You said
Rain.
what?
Hey, Jamie.
Hello.
Hey, love. You look nice.
Thank you.
There goes her head.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Rain. It's the shades. Look, Rain. I changed them. They're not really long and bushy no more.
Yeah, they look nice now compared to what they looked like.
Well, that's because they were coming. G kept
like-
pulling on them
Because
last
he's-
I was
night.
going to take her trick or treating last night. I'm being serious though. Halloween
And
came.
he
real
did
quick.
not like them. I know when he don't like something.
He
don't
was
like
looking at me
something.
really funny. He was looking at me like really funny. He's like, "Well, I can get used to those," but he kept steadily pulling on them and pulling on them. Well, I took them off and then I put these on, and he's like,
And every time she lays down on me, like
They tickle
they
him.
tickle me.
I would
And I
say they tickle. Yeah,
I sleep
I'm
on his
sure.
chest. So he's like, them things are tickling me.
Much
Well,
like Parasolo.
Hi, Parasolo.
Hey, Parasolo.
Not Parasolo, Christy, Donna.
She called him by his YouTube
Beth.
name though.
Paraturd.
Who that is though? He keeping tabs on you, Daddy.
He's stalling out. Is it that cold?
Oh, she's on panel. I didn't even see you. Hi,
I just
moms.
told you
I
in the
did say
bedroom.
hi.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say,
said
but
hi
she
back,
did say
but
hi.
the
Jeez,
brain
Jamie.
is not working. I hopped off one panel and then was packing up some stuff and then stopped by in here.
Yeah, I told G about that woman I did, the woman with that's got a Ouija board. And G goes, "Oh, hell no." I said, "It's just diamond art."
That's where I was headed. I got stopped.
Yeah, yours came, Jamie, last night. I'm gonna get it done too.
Oh, the diamond
I'm
dot.
sorry, she's
Yeah, the
she's-
purple
he's
one.
free-
That thing is so pretty.
It is.
It's a purple sugar skull.
I sent you the link, Donna. If you want to come up, I know you can't sleep. It's okay.
Oh my god.
She needs some white sunshades.
Came up a hoodie.
Here, I'll show you, G.
I don't know
So
how to do
no,
that.
don't be flipping out, dude.
You gonna walk
Are you
away.
flipping out on a panel full of women?
telling your boyfriend not to flip out.
Oh, flip out.
I was
thought you
messing
said
with you,
flip it
though.
out, G.
I said, "Fuck this shit, I'm
Yeah,
out."
he was messing. Look, I think it's really nice though. Like how pretty the girl is, and the
Yeah, I like the hair.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
but
nice.
look at this.
The Ouija
I like that
board's
too,
really
though.
neat, and
Yeah,
I'm
and the
getting, I'm
candle.
getting
And the
that.
ropes,
mean-
that's the ropes attached to it, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's ropes or what, but like in the back, G.
What you have a
It
hoodie
looks
on
like
for though? Is that you got a blizzard inside the house? No, I didn't mess with you in a long time though. See, look at you.
Yeah, you're an ass. Fuck you. Somebody would kick your
Hey, I
ass,
have a jacket
boy.
on though. It's okay. Look, I got a hoodie
Yeah,
too though.
so shut
No
up,
problem.
fucker. But yeah, this one was a lot of work. And
And it was square beads. Fuck that.
so is the other one I'm working on. See,
I like the
G?
ropes on
This-
it that you put on there. It looks really nice.
Yeah,
but
that
see
was
this
really
one?
pretty too.
Is that
Yeah,
Hannah
this
Lynn?
one.
Is that
What
a
are
Hannah
you-
Lynn design?
Which one?
The Hannah Lynn Whimsical Designs? Is that what that one is? That you just showed on there?
Oh, you mean the one with the Ouija board?
No, that one that you just showed.
Hold on, Rain.
Yeah, that's
This
what
one-
I'm wondering, Christy. It does look like a
This
spirit
one is
coming out.
the Whispers. No, this one. Yeah, you mean this one, right?
Yeah,
And then the one with the.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
No,
a coloring book thing, adult coloring book that's like Hannah Lynn that has those in it. They're so pretty.
this one just says the whispered word and something else that doesn't make sense to me, but it says Jasmine by Jasmine Beckett
I have a coloring book thing. Adult coloring book.
or something like that. But this one's like 70 kilometers by 87 kilometers. Jamie, this one I'm working on right now is huger than the other one I just did.
I don't got the patience for all that.
I do.
I can't sit still that long.
Shit. I need a cigarette. I need to go outside.
Yeah, I mean, you're both. Rain, are you staying up after this stream, or that way I know if I need to send you the link or not?
Yeah, I'm staying up.
I'm staying up.
Hubby doesn't get home until like almost midnight.
Oh, he's not
I'm
home.
staying-
Oh, shit.
No,
I'm
no,
Damn, look
staying
at him.
up,
He's in
so-
chat. Look at him multitasking.
Yeah, I'm staying up too, so
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I'm an investigator, so I'm used to staying up all night, though. Yeah,
Right.
Paris Solo.
I know it
Hope
was
you had a
funny.
great investigation, bud.
It was funny the other night, last night when we were in our chat thing, and G comes on at 3 a.m. I know you ain't working on your damn diamond art at 3 a.m. Rain.
I was surprised and stuff. I never saw like I wasn't expecting your camera to be on. But when you find something that you love doing and stuff, like it helps you with your mental health
Oh
too
yes,
as well. Though.
absolutely. In between diamond art and my scrapbooking that I need to get back into doing, yeah, it's
ow, cat, you motherfucker, get off.
and I also write, so that's another thing I've been working on. I don't know. I've been kind of debating whether or not making a stream here and there of telling my stories that I've written. I mean, very well, it would definitely have to be 18 and plus because I get.
Well,
into
yeah, no
details.
shit. Oh, kitty.
It's called smut writing. I do that.
Right. No, but you could do that, or you could do it on my stream even too.
Well, I thought about doing just different because I do write. It would actually give me inspiration of what people think of my writing. I do have writings that are on Wattpad. If anybody knows what Wattpad is.
Oh, sis. Okay.
I actually have one, and the one story is actually because a lot of Wattpad is like idle writings and whatnot, and my first writing is of DK of 17 of one of my K-pop bands, and my ranking for that story has literally went from nowhere to it is now I want to say 500 something. So even for me, being ranked even for a story that I wrote is awesome.
Well, yeah. So
especially on Wattpad, because if you've got a ranking for a story, then you're being watched. You have an audience. What you wrote.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'll have to. I don't want to say it here. I'll have to tell you later, G. Oh, fuck! Cat, get off me.
Which one? Doodle.
Yeah, and you probably still have my old number as well, though. I got a new phone, a new number. My phone's shut off at the moment.
I wondered, G, because I sent you a message the other day and you didn't.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered.
Well, I still have your old number in my phone.
Donna,
yeah, my old one though.
If you like to read, Donna, it's called Wattpad. It's WATT pad, and it's all one word. But it's different kinds of. You can find all kinds of writers, books and stuff in there. It's also a platform for people like me who are writers, but you can get your writing can be published if people find your writings very well. I have a friend who, because she has published on Wattpad, she is now published for real her books.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the only thing is she had to change the names of the idols to different names.
Right.
Which
Hi, baby.
still though, but she's got 2 books. She's now has published. That book now has like 3 parts, plus she's wrote other books. So now it's been pretty cool though. You can do that. That's why I was saying if you check out Wattpad.
Mm-hmm. So, oh shit. Damn me.
He says, Rain. You met G. I know that Mrs. Solo told G that. He knows.
Yeah, he's probably tired.
No,
Gee, you're
That's
not gonna
so
believe
true.
this. This cat that does not belong to me keeps coming back. Look at
I mean, I wouldn't say soon though, bro. It's been about, I think we've been here like 3 weeks, 2.5 possibly.
Well, Mrs. Donna, it's great. Any kind of writing, and you can keep what you write to yourself too. There's places for you make an account, and you don't have to publish it. Like they have a place on the side that says publish if you want to publish it. I'm actually working on 2 books right now. One, I am actually working on another story that I'm trying to figure out how to specifically make it evolve and do right. So yeah.
Parasola, just let me know when, because she's leaving on Saturday on the 29th. That
It's
way
all right,
I sent Dottie my address and stuff, but just let me know. I don't know if I gotta send Jamie's address or not. Dottie, I know you'll keep us updated. My
Yeah,
bad,
I'll let
Ray,
you
for
know.
cutting you off. Don't apologize.
You're fine. You're talking to her. I get it. I know you don't usually do that on purpose, so it's
Yeah.
it's all
Did you
good.
see the cat, G?
It'll be before the 29th.
This cat's not even
I don't
mine.
know how long it takes to get there. No clue. 2 to 5, 5 to 7 days. Who knows?
No, I'm going to send it the fastest way.
Hey, express shipping though.
Yep. I
Kitty,
don't want
you're
to
gonna
rush
have to
it
get
up
out of my
and
lap.
shit.
I want to go in the house. Really? Come on. Come on, Mama. I gotta get up, baby.
I mean, he
Yeah, cat.
wrapped it pretty good, so.
Kitty. You goofy bitch. Come on.
Meds in my system.
This cat thinks I'm its bed, G.
Well, the thing is though, you think it's adapted to you as it's human. The
I know
animals
it
do
won't.
that.
It won't let me get up. I can
And
put
gee,
my
we're not going
cigarette
to
out.
promise there's something attached to the box.
Oh,
Huh?
Something attached to it.
Something attached to it. I already got shit attached to me though. Guess what? I'm fucked as it is. I
Well,
got
you
Rosalind, I guess, that want to save me from the accident. Then I got something dark, and then I just found out 3 days ago that multiple people are doing witchcrafts on me. So guess what? Well, I crazy as it is though, so hey, can't get any better.
Well, you won't be driving by the time you get it, so we're good.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. She's taking it home with her anyway, though, but she might miss the next investigation if we have one. Rain in November, she is gonna miss it. That way she can catch up to her bills and
Well, no,
stuff.
that's I get it. We were discussing it the other night, G. I know.
Yeah, that way, Daddy, you know as well. So her next investigation will be sometime, hopefully, beginning or middle. Beginning of December, I'm hoping. So
Okay.
I want to sit here like her leave the 29th, and then she has to come back in 2 weeks. That'll be all hectic for her, and that way she can spend time with the kids or whatever too, though. So I'm not gonna pressure
and
her
I told you, just
into
don't
anything like
forget
that.
while after you get home and whatnot, the information the sooner you get information to Boomy, the easier. Because
Yeah.
we discussed that earlier too. That's
I don't know, Beth, who it is, though. Multiple people, I guess, from what I heard, though. I don't know. Could be just, I don't know, Stony. Could be, who knows who it is. It could be a bunch of people, though. Yeah, I should get baptized. I got baptized when I was little up there, so I got to get baptized again.
It wouldn't even have to be. And we've also discussed it doesn't have to be witchcraft. Their intent could cause.
I'm gonna see a monk there, so I'll take you with me though. Cause you put 10, 15 capos in that damn location tonight. Yeah, guess what? You gotta get baptized with me though, bro.
What are you doing, Jamie?
Maybe that's why he's been so
I'm
sick
popping in and
lately.
saying no.
He always has
Dang,
good. He always
dang,
makes my day.
I thought my
every time,
purple under my eye was bad. You got it worse than I do, girl.
Look what I got to deal with.
Christmas is close. Now, Perry always makes my day though. Every time he messages me with them jokes, and some days I do need it and stuff though, because of the whole like mental problems and
But
all
you know
that
what?
shit.
You
Though,
can
but
make your own holy water. You can't.
I didn't see a monk though. Ain't no holy water gonna save this motherfucker. I'm gonna need at least 100 gallons for me though. I'll tell you
Well,
that.
listen at him.
Worse than the
He
demon
needs
I
to
provoked
bathe
in that
it.
basement.
He needs to bathe in it, you know.
The demon I provoked in that basement is not like me at all.
Okay, which place was it at again, G?
Wildwood Sanitarium. Oh, Rain. Speaking of that, yeah, I'm over here set on Wildwood on what's it called on Randolph. We're gonna be going to Wildwood. I'm gonna see if I can go on the 29th. I'm talking 29th of this month,
Yeah.
maybe. If not, that'll be the next location possibly.
Is
Where that
Pearl
happened.
Joker going?
I don't know if he's gonna go. I don't know about that. There's just a lot in my mind when it comes to that too, though.
He'd be
Ah.
afraid.
Stop sucking on candy, Donna. You wouldn't choke on it.
She ain't sucking on no candy.
Oh my god. But anyways,
I got 13 minutes.
oh shit. We all needed a good laugh.
Yeah, right.
No shit.
I don't know if I'll be able to stay awake for G's stream.
Well, you can always watch the replay and that.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way, you're still or let it play in the thing. I do that sometimes when I don't feel good. I'll let somebody play, even with my computer up, and then go lay down because I get that with my pinched nerve sometimes, and I can't watch.
Yeah.
So I just leave them running.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I get it. You definitely need your sleep.
Yeah, you do. Oh man.
She needs something to suck on, damn it. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I can't take Dawn.
damn it, Rain!
What? The fuck did I do now?
Yo, I'm drinking soda and you got me cracked up and you said what you said and I'm like, damn it, Rain!
That's good. That's great.
Oh, I'm like, you brat. You're gonna get me laughing.
Yeah, there's nothing watching replays because you're still helping that person out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like Tanya said she was going to catch up watching the other series of mine that she hasn't caught up on yet, and you know, I greatly appreciate that because it gives me the hours that I'm working on right now. Like literally, I'm not even sure where I'm at, but the last I looked was 3,000 plus like 300, maybe now, maybe more.
I need to start doing some lives.
Well, you know, we come with you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we told you need to start doing your lives, even if it is just us being up on your panel and diamond dotting or talking about something or doing something. You're getting something out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we're here for you, so.
Maybe I'll stop. Maybe that's what I'll start doing on my days off.
Because we'll support you. I mean, we'll back you.
That's what we're thinking, even though that's like technically that's not what you want to do, but like just but we can.
Oh, I don't mind getting up and chit-chatting.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, trust me, once I get over this bashfulness, I'm good to go.
Well, see, that's been my thing is even me doing this, it's last week was really hard, obviously, for obvious reasons. It made it hard for me, but I have a hard time even speaking sometimes. This just depends on who I'm talking to. But me being the center of attention, kind of like it's still hard for me to like, wait a minute, this is my channel, as I'm doing this, and I'm still trying not to stutter. I did a lot better tonight, but it's still, my anxiety does what it does. And
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but you seen what I wrote in chat, love. I told you were doing a great job.
I know you
told
was,
you
and
that
I
last week.
and I appreciated you doing that. And I told you thank you.
Hey, don't tell Parasol,
I know.
but I was watching you, Rain.
That's funny. Okay, well, I'm almost at 3,300 hours. I'm at 3,275 hours right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's my anxiety gets the best of me, and G has known me for long enough. For the last year since he's been, he knows that not having somebody up here is sometimes like.
Well, I'll freely say this: when G can't, I'll come up if need be. So you're not alone.
I know Canadian Witch was up here too. I know she had to go somewhere, had to do something, otherwise she would have been up here. But
I'm not team rewatch Parasolo.
Completely understandable. It's not a problem.
watched it.
I promise once I get back home, the streams will be 9:30 instead of 10:30.
No, I like 10:30.
All right, do go out. I know he had an investigation. He's tired probably. But he always rewatches it every time.
Oh, I rewatched too, but just not Parasolo's.
See, you two are so funny.
You're so mean to your own hobby, love.
You know, shit. Do you remember Boomy's even live? He even called out Mrs. Solo and Parasolo for being a great couple because the way that they are with each other.
Yep, I know. I've seen that when Boomy said that.
Exactly,
like,
Beth. People are cruel in ways that to think of, and they say things like, here lately it's been I'm knock on wood, it hasn't been bad, because I tell you what, some of the trolls that said some of the stuff that got said to other people were very hurtful, and I don't know if I could have taken something like that.
Yeah.
See, Beth, once I start talking though and I get to know you guys, then I'm like all open. That's it.
And that's how G and I've gotten to know each other. Like, it wasn't just this, but him, me, and Jamie were always backstage talking and getting to know each other, talking for hours behind scenes. You get to know each other. I've done the same with Dragon, literally talking to her for hours. How in the fuck were we talking for 3.5 hours?
I don't know, love.
Yeah, I'll call Jamie.
But I mean, I've known G a while.
We just had a few little escapades down the road the past 6 months, though. But
we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna start.
Listen, though, I have to bring it up because this person's actually doing a live investigation on the 24th. Man, he popped up on my recommended. I had to hide it. An investigation, though, but I forgot it.
Right.
It's a variety channel. It's a mixture of everything, but it's like the same time you're not gonna get any paranormal people though, because I took away a bunch, shitloads of ton of money from him. And he has about 50 watching, like I said, on if his subscribers were real. See, you should have never brought this up because you got me all fired up. If his subs were real, he should have at least 200 to 300 watching.
I know you do, Donna.
50 is good for a small channel, like 30, 40, 50 for a channel like mine, yeah, but the shit he's getting, he's done completely. That's all I got to say today.
I mean, I thought we were gonna start fresh, love. I thought we were.
We are starting fresh. I'm having a great night, though. Exactly, my queen.
What you said though?
I even forgave her in chat too, though.
There's 4 of them going.
She was the last victim. She knows.
Well,
actually, technically, it was both her and Tana at the same time.
It ain't never gonna be GT or the other one.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Or the, you know what I'm talking about, GP.
Well,
Listen, though, man, she donated last time. She donated on his super chat $100, and she pays. She pays 150. His tier, the highest tier he has, is 150. She pays that man's bills. They're not gonna get rid of her
Dude,
unless she fucking magically like gets really, really sick and can't afford to pay them. She's gonna get booted too.
And like we said, what's kind of funny is she's visiting them while they have court this weekend.
Oh, they're gonna. That's tomorrow. Actually, that's
I know it
that's
is. It's
Friday.
tomorrow.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be the
tomorrow.
same outcome as J Mac stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. Then they're gonna brag about how he won it. Bullshit. I'll celebrate that on my 1 year anniversary too, on the 27th.
We're not saying anymore. You always get all kinds of wings. We ain't saying anything. It was just kind of. It just happened to thing because the court thing is tomorrow. Happened to be that was what. Yeah.
Well, I was
that,
trying.
though. Like,
Gee, Donna says, "Gee, I know you didn't go there."
Yeah. You know, I'm just gonna free. Man, if
Yeah,
this
they're
was
not,
end,
Boomy, you're right about that.
if this stream was ended, I'd say more to G than I really want to say.
Yeah,
I ain't saying it here because you
3
know
minutes.
how pissed off I am at all those people. Like shit.
Yes,
I forgot to wrench you in my chat that night when you stopped in.
Yeah, well, guess what though? You wouldn't have to wrench me if you didn't block me in the first place. Because guess what? Did they call you too though?
Happy
I'm
birthday!
sorry, Boomy. One more thing.
Beth.
Just one more thing, Boomy. Did they call you on the phone and tell you to block me as well?
No.
You can be honest. I'm not gonna be mad. I wouldn't be talking to you.
No. I just said no.
I thought that they did because Becca's the type of person to do that.
No.
Well, you didn't do anything to me though, so I got no reason to be mad at you. You know that.
I really didn't do anything to you at all, G.
You didn't do nothing to me or to them either.
You just see, I'm kind of very protective of us. So he just.
I'm your host.
That's understandable, Boomy.
I just
Yep.
Gee, if you only really knew what I truly thought, like Rain does, you would have been like,
man, I looked up to that man as a damn father, though. Listen, I'm surprised I lasted this long on YouTube on the 27th on my 1 year. I'm surprised I'm still here after all that mental breakdown. Those live streams back to back for so many months. I'm so glad I'm done with the drama, though. Like.
Okay, everyone. Literally, G's
gonna. I hope everybody has a great night, though. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I'll see you, G.
Please click on the link and do a rain raid, please.
Clicking the link, let's go.
All right,
right. Let's go.
Much
people.
love, G.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad we can talk again. That's a good thing.
Same as feelings mutual, though. Let's go.
I'm going to play this for a few minutes and then we'll go.
Look.
Give you that wage.